And so that was KD getting in a Twitter war with Nugget Nation. But it started at Swipacam, who, for those who don't know, I don't know if you know who Swipa is. Yeah, so he's like a Nuggets YouTuber.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He really just said this very unoffensive, unassuming, not really arguable type of statement. He said, Serbia just took the most talented team in the history of I guess this part is arguable, but that's not even what KD's mad about. Serbia just took the most talented team in the history of the planet to the wire with a medal on the line. The thing I was saying was arguable in that sentence was the most talented team in the history of the planet. You know, it was factual that Serbia took Team USA to the wire with a medal on the line. And he says Team USA was a 16-point favorite. The whole country should be proud. That was all he said. And then KD says, where are you from? 2 question marks. You know, kind of implying that he can't be happy or have any sort of like, oh, congrats to Serbia for that close game, basically.
I think
that the way that everybody was talking about South Sudan, by the way, the same way everybody was talking about South, but it just because they have the best player in the world, now you can't cheer for them.
No, I think the context of not that, but like if you're KD doom scrolling on Twitter, Swipacam was not the only person to say this or have this sentiment. So I think that's why like KD saw someone that was like not a nobody, and so he like this might have been just his like I'm done.
The straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm done. Like I've been having to read about how people legitimately from the United States wanted Serbia to win. That was their preferred outcome, which I think is nuts. I've never had a player that like I hold like so much joy in be my guy from a different country. I've never had that, but my brain can't brain that. I can't comprehend.
It's probably just because this is the biggest example of it, but there's literally other like I've seen and heard multiple Magic fans who are rooting for Germany over the US.
That's insanity and stupid. That's insanity. But more importantly, the thing I wanted to get out there with the KD thing.
Yeah.
I loved it. Like everything about it, I loved it. I think that the people that caught like the strays were like people that were like public-ish figures. Bigger
accounts.
That just caught the flack of all of the irritation of KD from like scrolling through like
all the people who were telling him that he sucks and Jokic is clearly the best player on the planet and stuff like that.
Yeah, which like I don't think that the he sucks is definitely wrong, but Jokic being the best, like that's fine. But I think it was more than like people actively hoping for the downfall of Team USA basketball that are like from like Brooklyn. And you're like, what?
From Brooklyn?
I just picked a random city that popped into my brain.
Oh.
Or
no,
from
most
Denver.
of them are Nuggets. Yeah.
But it wasn't exclusive. But yes, it just that's insane to me to like a guy so much you would rather your country lose. Like that's like supposed to be the art of the Olympics in my brain is whatever issues you have with your country, whether it's the United States or wherever you're from, whether it's Latvia, shout out, or Brazil, shout out, you can watch someone don your country's colors and kick ass on the international stage and be pumped as crap. The second that in the United States case, Simone Biles hops on the vault and leaps off the vault, you're just like, everything about me that doesn't like what's going on in my country is gone. I am all in stars and stripes.
In a vacuum, I'd say I'm like that.
Apparently, I'm a walking vacuum. I am just a vacuum. That one's crazy that did a thumbs up in that scenario.
Yeah.
But I just was so like, and I'm also because of this, like in more Nuggets corners than I usually would be. Like I'm in more Nuggets spheres than normal. But like then like I would totally get if it's like I would like Jokic to have the game of his, like I said within a basketball player example that's not real. I would like for Jokic to have just like the all-time game and then just fall short and just lose. I would love for that to happen. But to outright prefer. And then the other sect of people that aren't Nuggets fans.
You also got to think of it like, sorry to interrupt, but like the Team USA, the only thing that would motivate me to cheer for it is the USA on the front. Like the actual identity of the team, all the members of the roster are people I'm very used to cheering against, and like they're like kind of the adversary of the person I cheer for all the time in basketball.
Yeah, but the jersey, that doesn't do enough. That doesn't like...
Not really when I'm watching Jokic back down Anthony Davis, there's not a piece of my body that is like, I hope Anthony Davis swats the crap out of Jokic right now. You know what I mean? Like I want Jokic to put him in a blender, you know?
No, not in that. Like I do in any other scenario I do, but in this one I just don't. Like my brain can just be like, USA, 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 and not care. Bury everyone.
If
Jason Tatum was from Germany, I don't think I would change.
Yeah, but I feel like my love of Jokic is...
I've got one. If Team Japan and Keisei Tominaga would have played the United States, go off Keisei, I hope you get buried. Like, I don't want...
Yeah, but Keisei, at least you're willing to admit a lot of Keisei's faults, or you're like, maybe he's not the best. Like, you don't think that he's like a real NBA player, you know?
No.
But like, you just love him as a dude.
Yeah, what he did for Lincoln, Nebraska.
So like, I'm like that with Jokic, but then also I think he's like the best basketball player I've ever watched with my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I feel like Jokic is just this super rare scenario of, it's like almost you can't find a parallel to it with a lot of Nuggets fans. Like more than maybe anybody alive right now, maybe Steph. Maybe Steph is the only guy you can say the same thing about. Maybe Giannis is close, I guess. But that's the three that have earned the amount of loyalty and fandom and like just love and admiration and support from an entire fan base as they have. Like nobody is more deserving of that than Jokic.
Yeah, I just think my line is there. That's like the only place in the Olympics against Team US. Like that's the only line that I don't know if I could like step across. And again, I've never had to go, like I've never had that thing happen. I've never been in that scenario. But that's like a line that that's a line that I don't think I'd cross. But like, come on, people. Like this is supposed to be a unifying time for 2 weeks where we stop hating everything and then we just enjoy. And you don't have to follow the sport. You just have a team that you know you're supposed to like because they're wearing your colors. And I'm not saying it needs to be blind obedience in anything outside of the Olympics, but in the Olympics, I don't watch swimming regularly. But you know what I do? I get amped as hell when Katie Ledecky hits the pool in the 1500 meter freestyle. I also get a little bit excited when I hear, oh, this person is representing Sweden. They broke the pole vault world record. Guess what? They're actually from Louisiana. Their mom's from Sweden, but they're representing Sweden instead of the US. Those make me laugh too. Do you have any idea, like that French swimmer that won 4 golds? He swims at Arizona State. Swims for France. He's from France. He's French.
Are you saying you like that or you don't like that?
I don't hate it. Whatever. Do what you want. But why would you...
Why is that any better than people cheering for Jokic?
Because none of them have any connection to Serbia at all.
Jokic.
That's enough of a connection.
Is your...
In the Nuggets Reddit, I've seen people refer to each other as Serbian brothers. That's a borderline cult move.
A lot of people in the Nuggets Reddit are Serbians, to be fair.
That would make sense. So they might have actually been talking to the actual Serbian people.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a good chance, probably 1 out of 6 chance a post in the Reddit in general is a Serbian person.
Okay. That makes more sense because I was like, there's way too many of these posts calling everyone Serbian brothers. And I'm like, I don't know if Denver's going to like secede from the Union and become like a satellite city of Serbia, but this is not okay.
Yeah, no, and I'm sure probably a lot of that was also Nuggets fans becoming honorary Serbians, you know. I was kind of joined in on that a little bit, but like I was never to the point that I saw some Nuggets fans in chats like going really hard and hateful comments about Team USA and like LaFraud and, you know, like all that kind of stuff.
Sounded like a Sixers fan, just like confusion, delusion.
Going really hard at Team USA, and then when talking about Serbia, saying we and us and using those pronouns. And I was like, okay, like I'm American. I'm not going to say we when I'm talking about Serbia, but I'm definitely rooting for Serbia against, like that would be my preferred. Like there's no world in which I would rather like the US just get another gold medal, which we like a 5th one in a row, when in the realm of possibility is Nikola Jokic leading Team Serbia to winning the gold medal against one of the best teams ever assembled. Like if he were to do that, there's no coming, like he's like almost solidified top 4 all time. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like a insane thing to add to his resume.
It is, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, there's no way I would have not preferred that outcome though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not there, and I don't know if I'll ever be there. But maybe the Celtics draft pick in 3 years after they've had to vacate the past 2 will be a international player that I'll fall in love with and maybe get super big into Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know. Just like Latvia. If Latvia and KP was cooking, no chance. No universe. No stratosphere. I prefer the other way around.
But if KP was Jokic...
I can't even mentally do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like there's not a parallel. You need to have a Jokic. Everybody deserves to have a Jokic. You know what I mean?
Oh, I had one. His name was Tom Brady.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. If football was in the Olympics.
Yeah.
If Tom Brady was from Canada.
No universe.
Okay, a country that you are indifferent about, let's say.
I'm indifferent about Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
Usually you hate bordering things. Things that border you.
I make fun of Iowa.
And Colorado.
I don't like Colorado. Yeah, that's true. I don't hate Kansas. It's actually just east-west. North-south, I'm fine. So Canada and Mexico in the clear. I've never... Yeah. Okay, also, because of the geopolitical climate, I have no ill will towards Mexico either. Just gonna throw that one out there. I'm cool with Mexico. I have no gripes. Yeah. I'm cool. Canada, I don't really care. Like, if it's like a contest against US, hell yeah, bury them. But it's not like I don't really care. I'm indifferent.
Okay, but Tom Brady playing for like Sweden. Let's give him to that country. Peyton Manning is the quarterback of Team USA.
Yep.
And Tom Brady is the quarterback of Team Sweden.
Yep.
You're not cheering for Team Sweden?
Nope. US by 1 million. Indisputable. I also don't really like Tom Brady underrated as a person, so that doesn't super help. Just I'm talking about like having a GOAT level like entity is more my thought.
Yeah.
Like,
Jokic is the best of all worlds. Like there's nothing that holds me back. I love everything about Jokic. Like it kind of sounded like a joke a few episodes ago when I said Jokic might just be my favorite person ever.
Yeah.
That's a real statement. Like he might just be my favorite person, thing, any noun that's ever
existed.
Nouned. Yeah. I just use noun as a verb.
There's an old Dairy Queen commercial that says, "Did I just use bacon as a verb?"
Nice. But I guess to finish the KD thing, I did want to kind of mention the other things that were said. One of the more recent things that he added in was funny though, was the after USA won gold, Swipacam, who's the original guy that he quote tweeted to start this whole back and forth. Swipa posted a picture wearing like all US stuff, and he has like American flag emojis with the gold medal emojis, and it says hashtag where you from. And KD quote tweeted that with a screenshot of the Ja Morant video where Ja Morant is saying like, they switched up, you should have stayed on your side, don't switch up type of thing, acting like what Swipacam was switching up. It's just like he totally was just misunderstanding what Swipa's original post was, which was not cheer. He didn't say anything about cheering for Serbia even. Like Swipa actually openly has said that he's cheering for the US first and foremost. So it's just funny to me that that was the guy he chose to like engage with in this way, and then ended up calling him like he was switching sides when all he was doing was like showing like, see, I'm rooting for the US, I'm from the US. All I was doing was saying congratulations Serbia, you guys should be proud.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was saying at the beginning, is the same thing that everybody was saying about South Sudan this entire time. All the Americans, everybody I've heard talk about it, were like, everybody just needs to give South Sudan such a round of applause. Like they've earned so much respect through this tournament, you know? Like it's like, why can't he say that about Serbia? Just because they have the best player in the world?